YouTube, Kurt Curtis. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about two things: Soul Ruca and the Blue Wave Parallel from 2023 Prizm WWE. I'm still relatively new to transitioning my channel to wrestling card content. Still trying new things. There's only so many sets I can preview, only so many boxes I can open and break results I can do. So I'm going to be trying different kind of content, and some of it I might continue to do, some of it not. It's just going to see what sticks, what doesn't, and I don't know, just change it up a bit, you know. So first things first, I want to talk about Soul Ruca. If you've never seen Soul Ruca wrestle, you're missing out. Go check it out. She has the sickest finisher I think I've ever seen in wrestling. She jumps to the turnbuckle, like facing the turnbuckle in the corner of the ring, and then does a front flip that goes backwards into like a diamond cutter or an RKO, whatever you want to call it. It's so cool. It's crazy. Yeah, just her finisher alone is sick, but she's really good. She's a rookie. She's just started wrestling. She's barely even in the business, and just the potential is just crazy. As of right now, she's injured. Storyline is that Blair Davenport beat her ass, but she's like legit injured, so they kind of wrote her off TV. So we'll see how that goes. But so I was aware of her, and then when I saw her pop up on the Prizm 2023 checklist, my immediate strategy was I'm grabbing all the cards of her that I can find. She's going to be under the radar. I'm going to grab her in all these breaks. It should be cheap. I'm just going to hoard up a bunch of cards. Boy, did that backfire. I was not the only one with the idea. The price for her in breaks was ridiculous, like not what I was willing to pay. Just her cards in general, they've kind of toned down a little bit, but just in general were just ridiculous. Like a parallel out of $2.99, which like even like a high-end wrestler is probably like $10 at the very most. Like most of those cards don't even go for that. Like hers were ridiculous, way higher than that. Like blues out of $1.99 were going for crazy. It was just not what I was willing to pay for her cards, so I just figured I'd wait for it to cool down. So my entire plan for Prizm 2023 completely backfired, and yeah, I didn't end up grabbing any cards until this one, which I'll talk about in a bit. But yeah, I figured she was going to be on the checklist because she was a rookie and she wasn't in last year's sets, and then she was, and this just proves like how much potential she actually has, that everyone was going for her cards, and her cards are relatively expensive. And yeah, it's crazy. Give her like 5 years, assuming she can stay away from injury and stuff, like 5 years, 10 years, like dude, she could be the next Charlotte Flair. I'm confident about that, but we'll have to see. Next up, I want to talk about the Blue Wave Parallel. The Blue Wave Parallel in 2023 Prizm is sick. Look how cool that looks. I just love these cards. It just looks so nice, like that, like kind of light blue color. These are not numbered. However, people are sleeping on these. They're not rare, but they're harder to come by than you might expect. From what I understand, you get like one Blue Wave per box on average. So there's 200 cards in the checklist for Prizm. So if you wanted the specific Blue Wave of a specific person, technically you'd have to open like 200 boxes to get that specific Blue Wave. So these are harder to come by than people expect, but I think people just write them off because they're not numbered. For me, this is by far my favorite parallel in Prizm 2023. It was not in last year's, and it just looks so cool. Yeah, people are sleeping on these. It's my favorite for sure. So I didn't pick up any Soul Ruca cards at all because the prices skyrocketed. However, this popped up on eBay. Not only was it a Soul Ruca, but it was also a Blue Wave, and it was also a PSA 10. Like, I'm done. This was like the perfect card that I wanted. Like, obviously not going to buy a bunch of Soul Ruca cards. They're just too expensive. But if I did grab one that was relatively, you know, within reason, it's this. I basically paid the grading fee extra. So, you know, what I could have gotten this card for raw, I basically paid an extra $20-25 to get it in a slab and already a PSA 10, which is a win in my opinion, because instead of buying it raw and then sending it in, paying for it to get graded and hoping it comes back at 10, I got the guaranteed 10 just for like basically the cost of grading. So that is sick. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about the Blue Wave Parallel. I know there's a Blue Wave in Select now that's by the time you guys see this video, first off the line boxes should already be out, but as of right now I don't know what it looks like. But there's a Blue Wave Parallel going to be in Select, numbered to 99, so that's cool. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. What's your favorite Prizm Parallel, regardless of value, just like what you think looks cool. And then what do you think of Sol Ruca? If everything goes according to plan, I should be opening up a box of Select on Monday. And by what I mean by according to plan, I mean is if my local card shop has boxes, which they should, because they usually do of the new product, but you never know. But as long as they have boxes in stock, I'll be opening a box on Monday. Thank you guys for watching. As always, until next time.